Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check 9. Check 9.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. On 2nd and 15 now. Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. 20, Ric Flair.
Mike the 59.
61, Matchbox Lights.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
12, 12, 12, 12.
Sponge. No. Mike, check.
Now Goff on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Not 180.
Watch it, 5. Hey, watch the slant.
Super one.
55.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now looks to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Johnson.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Keep on coming, baby. Keep coming.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. Henry. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
I'm going to hit you all.
Now it's gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Tiger.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. The 20. This is caught. It's Cooks. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. On 1st down, it's Gurley. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here we go. 20.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check. Crunch.
Super 66.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
DC.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down, Murray. This one caught by Isabella. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go. Set. Defense. Let's get. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check, boys.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Goff on 1st down. And this is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Cal. Topper, Topper!
Motion.
Hold on. Check.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I got you. Smooth.
Throwing on third. Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Nice move.
Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, watch your lane. That's it. Kill. Check.
First down, Murray. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep. Back. And got his man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Murray eluding the pressure right. That ball complete to Isabella. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. They gonna need some therapy after this. Hurry. Mike, check, 59.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On second down now, it's Hunt.
Go, run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kareem Hunt in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it makes the score 21-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Let's get it. 32-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Pittsburgh. 65. 65. 65.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Ringo.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Shell. 51 the mic, boy. 51. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. Going to flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. And I think the ball's out, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time. Right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Hunt on the draw play. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Stop. Set, ready. Set the flag. Right here, right here. Strong left. Strong left. Hey, I'm coming, I'm coming. Shoot, shoot. Watch the safety creep.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Flushed out right. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
General West. Orange, 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 orange.
Watch the motion, watch the motion.
Hey, orbit.
Right here, guys. Fight.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On three. Motion, motion, motion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
55's Mike, guys. 55.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, here,
Go, ground.
here I come.
Ground.
Here I come.
Ground.
Here I come.
On 2nd and goal, Goff to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Cut. Like 20.
59. I got one.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The kick by Maher is good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Keep playing hard. Ready? 59, Mike. 59. Zoom. 59. Hit. Watch the twist, watch the twist. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. He got
Murray now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Echo. Shoot. Check 50, check 50.
Throwing on second and long. Murray escaping the pressure right. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Touchdown, baby.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Cardinals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Murray now. And that is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. Steps away. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the... And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Goff. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Murray. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Here we go.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Obama.
51's the mic, boys. 51. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Goff now to throw.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
That'll be caught by Kupp. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Value free. Shell.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's taken in by Henderson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Throwing now, Goff. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Super.
Watch the curl. Hey, exit. 51.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Goff. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Let's go. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. I'm trying to collect. Check the backer. Check the backer. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Check 99. Toe dog.
On third down, Murray. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Maverick, 180.
Check the hot read.
Blue draw Corkers.
You is you. It comes to me, it's me.
We're good. What's up?
Goff going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All day, every day, any day. Switch.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Tonight, 20.
Here we go, T.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Over the middle, he finds Henderson complete. Now the ball comes loose, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Set, ready, from the flag. So we got man. Check. Fresno. Short. Check 52.
Following the fumble recovery, Murray, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check, check. Lucky.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Gone. And that's complete to Cooks. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.